And these people, the president, the president is corrupt, guys. I can't believe just blatant, in your face corruption. And like I say, I don't know if MAGA liked or likes to be called names. Trump has it bad calling people names. He has that real bad. I can't, for the life of me, understand how these senators do. They just don't have a spine. So I guess it's fine for the president to call you every name he wants to call you, and you just, yes, sir, I understand you're pissed off, sir. Okay, I'll get right to it, sir. I'll be like, hold up, man. Who you talking to like that? You can just see the corruption, but I don't think MAGA understand because they don't see anything. They don't really think anything he does wrong. It's bad. Clearly, this time you cannot say he's not doing anything. You just can't say that this time. This is in your face corruption. I just can't believe how people are just. I guess this is the time. I guess we didn't made it to a time where people just don't care about morals or anything like that. Now, everybody, if you not living under a rock, knew or know that new files came out from the Epstein estate, right? Implicating Trump with one of those underage girls, and in one of the emails, he was talking to Epstein was talking to Maxwell about why haven't Trump told on him yet? Like the dog didn't bark. The dog didn't bark yet, and he told and Epstein told Maxwell in the email to stop doing what she's doing because he thinks Trump's going to tell. Now, this is my thing. There is a very, very bad thing that's happening with Trump. Now, if I'm going to explain how he doesn't want those Epstein files released, he's he's doing everything he can to not release them. Like today, they're getting ready to vote to open the government. But this morning, he had a meeting in a situation room with one congresswoman. One. That was Lauren Boebert. And you know what he was trying to get her to do? It was Cash Patel there. Pam Bondi was there. Um, there was a couple more people in the situation room. They was trying to get her to change her vote. As far as the Epstein petition, they signed this petition. They need 218. Adelita Grijalva was sworn in today. What makes it 218? And they had a meeting in the situation room to try to get Lauren Boebert to take her name off the Epstein petition. Donald Trump invited Lauren Boebert, the FBI, Cash Patel, to the White House in the Situation Room to press her to make her change her mind on that Epstein petition. Now, when they vote on it, I don't know if she changed her mind yet. I don't know what's been said behind closed doors. And then this is the thing about me. So if he wants it released and he's transparent about it, why would he tell the Republicans on a tweet or whatever you want a truth? Any Republican worried about the Epstein files instead of opening up the government is stupid. See, that's what it is. See, he always lashes out. He's always lashing out, calling people names. So if you don't focus on what I want you to focus on, you're stupid. I'm not focused on these women who's been raped by my best friend of 15 years. I'm not focused on that. Forget those women. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on my big ballroom and the tax cuts from my billionaire friends. I'm not focused on snaps and feeding the people because the judge told me I had to give them snaps, and you know what I did? I filed what you call them damn things? Can't even think of it. Appeal. He filed an appeal. So if you want to give the people the food, and then when the judge say give them the food, you file an appeal not to give them the food. Do you really want to give them the food? Hell no, you don't. So I mean, it's just games he's playing. Like I'm gonna tell you, see, this is why Donald. Have you ever heard of Donald Trump say he liked the poorly uneducated? He do. He loves the poorly uneducated. So does J.D. Vance. Now J.D. Vance said the other day, this is what he used. The word. This think about the word. Painless. He didn't use the word painless, guys. He used the word unpainless. Painless means without pain. Unpainless means with pain. J.D. Vance said the president is not doing everything to make it painless on you. He's doing everything he can to make it unpainless for you. And I had to sit back and think, I'm like, unpainless? That's not without pain, that's with pain. So they really tell you the truth, but if you're uneducated, you don't know what the hell it means. Now I'm going to say a couple of things. I want you to follow me, guys, because it's going to really get good. It's going to really get good. Now, another reason why they really don't want to release the Epstein files is because Melania Trump is in them. Now, why I say that is when Melania came from Europe and she was a model, right? Her and well, I put it like this: Trump and Epstein owned modeling agencies. Trump owned the Miss USA pageants back in the 80s and in the early 90s. Trump owned those pageants. But him and Epstein had these modeling agencies. Melania Trump worked under Epstein modeling agency. And then a couple of years later, excuse me, she ended up with Trump, like dating Trump. Now, Michael Wolff, he was even in one of the emails today that was released. Michael Wolff said that Epstein told him that he was messing with Melania before Trump. When he was through, he just gave Melania to him. Now Trump sues everybody. Everybody. He tried to sue Michael Wolff. Michael Wolff said, "Bring it." Now there's got to be a deposition. I need some water. Now follow me. I'm going to show you how things can get really murky around here. Because if you don't know, you don't know. I gotta get some water. Oh, I got some. Now follow me. Did you know Epstein was a teacher? Epstein used to be a teacher at a all girls school in the I think it was the early 80s. Early 80s, yeah. He used to be a teacher at an all girls school. And guess who was over that school? Bill Barr's dad. So Epstein used to be a teacher at an all girls school under Bill Barr's dad hired him. And when Epstein was locked up in 2019, Bill Barr was the attorney general, Trump was the president. Steve Bannon said Epstein has something on Trump, and that's the only person that they was really worried about that could mess up Trump's presidency in 2016 was Jeffrey Epstein. So that means Jeffrey had something on Trump, which we all do know that. What I'm saying is this. If Jeffrey did have something on Trump, and including Bill Barr's dad, he was locked up, deleted some kind of way. They say it was suicide, but deleted some kind of way. They put out a video with a missing minute, and then when some people went through that video, it was stitched up, spliced up so many times. And then when they finally released the original video, there was a guy walking up the stairs in an orange jumpsuit, going straight to Jeffrey, but they say that didn't exist. They said it didn't exist. So for one, you manipulated a video and said it was the original video. You manipulated that. Jeffrey Epstein worked for Bill Barr. He was Donald Trump's friend. He knew Trump was messing around. Him and Trump was doing the same things. I think Trump feared, because Epstein didn't even go to court. Before he got sentenced, he was deleted. I think somebody had somebody go up there and delete Jeffrey Epstein because he knew too much. And another reason they won't really release the Epstein. Listen. There is an Israeli prime minister listed in the Epstein files. Not Netanyahu, was the one before him. And one of those girls that was out there maybe a couple of months ago that was out there doing an interview, one of them said that prime minister punched her, beat her, and kicked her. What's going on? Oh, I'm talking about the Epstein files and how that they're covering up, like the Trump administration is covering up for his friends and himself. Because they had, like I was explaining, they had Lauren Boebert in a situation room this morning trying to make her change her mind and take her name off the petition so there won't be a vote on the Epstein file release. Why would Trump bring the only person that probably can be swayed, that's a Republican, to the situation room and try to really bully her and to change your mind because you don't want those files released? Bro, you in them. Everybody know you in them. What came out today should be so, I mean, he shouldn't even be in, they should be impeaching his ass right now. Bro, you are tied to one of the most known pedophile in history. And that's the president. That was the president's best friend. The president's best friend was the most known pedophile in history. How did we get here? How did we allow a pedophile to run the United States? I'm not gonna say allegedly. Those emails that came out, and Jeffrey Epstein said you was before I did. He said you was part of it. That email to Ghislaine Maxwell that came out today said you was a part of it. But all the time you act like you don't even know the guy. The guy was at your first wedding. This man is out here blowing up boats 2,000 miles away from America, saying he have drugs on him. Then when they're survivors, you treat them, take them back to their home country with no charges. A boat that will require you 20 times to fill up before you even make it to America, that's 18-foot long. It would never make it here. Now maybe they going to Trinidad and Tobago with some weed or something, but they're not coming here. This man is out here murdering people. The president is a murderer. In my book. In my book, the president is a murderer. You out there killing people on the ocean. You don't have any evidence of drugs or nothing. Not even, looks in 2,000. If a drug boat was off the coast of Miami, you know what would happen? A U.S. Coast Guard would board that vessel, take those people, take the drugs, bring them back to American shores, charge them with a crime. But off the Venezuelan coast, which is 2,000 miles away or further, you're just killing people off that coastline. They're not even near America. And like I explained, there's been survivors that you've captured and treated and took them back to their home country with no charges. So, Mr. President, you are murdering people. Just like I would suspect you wouldn't have a problem murdering Jeffrey Epstein either, especially if he had something on you. Jeffrey Epstein did work for Bill Barr's dad at an all-girls school in the 80s. You can Google it. Michael Wolff said Jeffrey Epstein was messing with Melania before Trump. That's another reason that they don't want to release the Epstein files, because the first lady was with Epstein first, and it'll make the president seem very, very nasty, right? Like that sloppy second shit. You know what I'm talking about? The president said he would date his own daughter. He said he walk in the when he owned them pageants, he used to walk in them dressing rooms and inspect them girls when they didn't have no clothes on. And that ain't perv type stuff. That ain't perving. But that's what we vote for, right? Well, not me. I have morals, man. I can't vote for a man. Like I say, I'm 50 years old. I already knew what you said in your past. I already knew you said you wanted to date your own daughter if she wasn't your daughter. I remember when you said it live on TV that you would date your daughter if she wasn't your daughter, which is nasty. Epstein estate releases some emails between Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell implicating Trump was doing the same thing that Epstein was doing. And they was trying to figure out why Trump ain't told nobody or went to the FBI, because they felt out it wasn't about that chick, it was about a property. Trump want to make it seem like that. Just like he want to make it seem like he didn't know Jeffrey Epstein. Why is he talking about that creep? Well, that creep was your best friend for over 15 years. He was at your first wedding. That's what I'm saying. You try to distance yourself, Mr. President, when your friend when you implicated. But when your name wasn't implicated, hell, you was doing the same thing Epstein was doing. That's what the email said today. I'm just sick and tired of like Republicans not having a backbone. I can't follow a follower. You know what I'm saying? I can't follow a follower. Hello, hello, everybody. And those MAGA Republicans are followers. They don't have any backbone, no spine, no say so, no nothing. Trump said he's the president and the Speaker of the House. That's what he said. So really, we don't make any laws unless it's the laws I want to make, and then I tell the Republicans what I want to do. Bro, you nasty. You've been Epsteining with Epstein. You and your wife was Epsteining with Epstein because she was with Epstein first. She worked under Epstein's modeling agency. That's when she got here and got her little Einstein visa. You got your little Einstein visa. Call yourself an American. You only get an Einstein visa if you like smart or you went to MIT or you doing something like that. Melania Trump got an Einstein visa being a model. So you know somebody paid for something. Yeah. Why you think the first lady should be so quiet? She knows she in the Epstein files too. According to Epstein, he was breaking the back. He was breaking you down first, and then he gave you to Trump. That's what Epstein said. That's what he told Michael Wolff. I'm like, all y'all nasty. Y'all just passing around the first lady like that before she was the first lady. They nasty, bro. And you notice Trump. He likes to be around beautiful women. There is nothing wrong with that, but you see, there's something about that too. It's definitely something about that. I mean, it kind of runs in the family though, because his granddad used to work in. He had a brothel in Alaska during the gold rush days. Uh, Forgot Friedrich Trump. Friedrich, yeah, Friedrich Trump. He had a whole house in the Yukon in Alaska. Give him a little gold dust, you get a little gold dust. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But we got to do something. This is impeachable. This is very impeachable. You just running around like you don't know Epstein. Now you're trying to get Lauren Boebert, to take her name off that petition, so it won't be enough votes to go ahead to vote on the Epstein file. You had her in the Situation Room today. Nobody else but her. But you had Cash Patel there, but she's the only one from Congress, the only female. Come on, man, you're trying to bully that woman into taking her name off that list. And if she take her name off that list, and they don't, the Epstein petition don't go through to release all them files, it's gonna show that they're hiding something. I mean, we already know they're hiding something, but it's gonna really really show the American people, including MAGA, man. Somebody's in there they don't want you to know about. It's a lot of them. I'm pretty sure there's Democrats in there too, man. Democrats ain't immune from them Epstein files either. That's the key. I'm a Democrat and I don't care who in the file release it. But Republicans like Trump in the file, you can't do that. We need some cover for him. We got to play cover. We got to lay down some cover for Trump. What they doing? Like on modern warfare or something. Laying down cover for the president. Y'all better stop that For y'all, I'm telling you, people who work for Trump will end up in prison. Then you pardon Rudy Giuliani and all them other lawyers, the January 6th lawyers, and everybody from the fake electors, and you pardon them. Come on, man, you crooked, you corrupt. I guess he say it's not corrupt if I do it in your face. It can't be corruption. I'm showing you what I'm doing. No, it's still corruption. It's all corruption. I can't deal with him no more, man. I just can't. How can you just keep letting him get away with shit like that? Now it from did okay. Did Epstein know that Trump was going to be president in 2011? Because that's when most of these emails came out. So that's way before he was president in 2016. So I guess somebody went back in time, created these fake documents for they can be brought out today that shows Trump is in the Epstein files. That don't even make sense. But you know what? That's what MAGA believes. It's those documents are fake. The Democrats, they they didn't get them from the DOJ. Jeffrey Epstein estate, his family released them, and that's what they said when they got him. That Trump was messing with one of them. Yeah, one of those emails said today that Trump was in a room with one of those victims for over an hour at Jeffrey Epstein house. That's what Jeffrey Epstein estate says. That Trump was at Jeffrey Epstein house with one of those victims in a room for over an hour. What were they doing in that room for over an hour? Baking cakes? Come on, man. We grown. When Trump say when Trump says I would date my own daughter, I would date Ivanka if she wasn't my own daughter. What do you think he's talking about? Taking her out for ice cream? We're gonna be grown about it, man. When Trump said in back in what early 2000s, Ivanka is so beautiful. If she wasn't my, I'm gonna come back. Yeah, gotta be honest about it. Gotta be honest about it. Trump is a nasty old man. He's a corrupt, nasty old man. And we can be grown about a situation. We can talk about it. Because when Trump, everybody knew what Trump said about Ivanka in the early 2000s. He said if Ivanka wasn't his daughter, he'd probably be dating her. The grown part about this is, do you think he's talking about taking her out for ice cream? I would be dating her, so they're going on an ice cream date. You know what he's talking about. You know what he wants to do. You know what type of person he is. He's a ladies' man, so he want to take his own daughter out for ice cream. That's what he said. No, it's not what he's saying. You know what he's saying. Told that little girl going down the escalator. He said, "How old are you?" She said 10. He said, "I'm going to be dating her in the next 10 years." You tell a 10-year-old that? That is weird, bro. Very weird. It's creepy. It's creeping a bit. And now they they released some. It wasn't text message. It was emails. Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell talking about Donald Trump and said, "Well, I don't know why because the FBI was on him, and he was explaining, I don't know why they just after me. I guess the other dog didn't bark yet, or the dog didn't bark." And he said, he's been in the room with her for over an hour at my house. That's like crazy, bro. That's crazy.